Now, if you see, so there are three things that I want you to know. The very first thing is knowledge is power. And these are three things I think power players use and they know. Number one, know first-hand market stories. See, stories engage people. The moment I tell you a story, now, you're like, let me hear what happens at the end of the story. Like human beings are wired for stories. They're not wired for remembering stuff or cramming stuff. That's why they say have a script. Why? Because your brain is a very fickle hard disk, right? But we are very good at with stories. That's how thousands of years of stories have come down, or hundreds of years of mythological stories are still told today, right? Future problem prediction. So this is what happens. So when you become the expert in your stuff. So when I started with my lead generation, the only step I could see only 2 to 3 steps ahead for a client. Like I was like, okay, if I set up a campaign, the campaign could win or lose, right? What if, and that's it. And my focus was just to make it to win. That was all my focus. Now I know, okay, this is the client. I know, okay, the chances for him to winning the campaign is 80%. So what is the next step? Okay, after he will generate leads, then he will have problem setting up meetings. Okay. After what that? After he will have problem setting up demos. Okay, what after that? Sales objections, right? And I can tell the person beforehand, sir, this is the problem you will face. Or if the person succeeds, he will have problem scaling because he will need data, he will need people, and he will need technology. And then we need to buy a better software so that whole team can work and the data is compiled. So because I know the future problem, people are like, okay, let's say if the person is like, okay, I solved this problem, then you can tell, sir, even after you solve this problem, these are 3 problems you will face. And now the person looks at you like you're a mystic, like you're a psychic. Okay, this person knows the future, and it shows you have expertise. And now the person will help you tell. Now the person will give you more information because he's like, okay, he knows about the industry. He will help me solve not only my current problems, but maybe my future problems as well. And this happened with me firsthand. I feel it's powerful. On every conversation, someone is sold or someone sells. Either the prospect sells to you why your stuff is expensive, does not work, whatever, or you sell him, right? So it's the point is always be selling. And on every conversation, someone loses control and someone gains control, right? I know the whole sales can be win-win thing, but it's worst if you lose control. Buyer will always have control. He is always the one writing the check, right? He always will have control, but you will lose control slowly and slowly. Don't proactively use it. Use the scripts. Do all the things. Try to do all the things right, and you will start to get that control back. Upfront contracts. So upfront contracts are if and then statement. I'm going to show what an upfront contract is. It was done by a big sales company called Sandler Training. They brought this idea. It's a very good idea, I think, and it's a fair if and then statement. Sir, if we do this, can you do that? You're like, yeah, that sounds fair, and the thing needs to be fair, and the person needs to agree on that thing, right? Don't just tell a statement. Ask, sir, if we get this thing done, will you be able to do this? Yes. Hard yes. Okay. Contract. Sir, हमारी बात. Okay. So we talked that this thing was done, you could do this thing. Yeah, we talked. So now the person knows, okay, he's violating a contract, which he will violate, but still, you know, you can use that to set up a. Okay, the good thing about upfront contract is it can handle objection before it comes, and you can at the end of it ask for a close, right? For example. So by the end of the call, I like you to be in a position where you are interested and we agree on the logical next step, right? Or you're not interested and we go our separate ways, right? I tell you what the objection is. The objection is I'll think about it or I'll call you. Handle the objection up front, right? So these are the 2 things. Tell me which is it, and then things will open up. Now over here, you need to have enough leads. You need to have enough opportunities that you can come from a place of strength, right? That okay, you don't want to. If you only have one opportunity, it will be very hard for you to implement this. I will actually say don't implement this, right? But if you have multiple opportunities, this will help you. Why? This will help you because you will only have the deals that will actually convert. And rather than having hope throughout the year and at the end of the year, everyone saying, why is your thing not converting? How much will you convert, right? Okay. This is the core thing. This is the core thing. See, what happens is when I hear calls, even cold calls, right? People don't sound confident, right? And there's a reason they don't sound confident. And the reason they don't sound confident and their deals rarely close and no tactic works, no tactic before will it work, is because in the bottom of the heart, they don't believe in the offering they are selling. See, you at this point in your heart know if you believe in the product you're selling. If you believe in the product, right, magic will happen. You'll be like, so this is the right thing for you. Right? I know this situation. This is the right thing for you. And if it's not the right thing, don't do it. Right? The moment you know your service or your offering is the best, you will have magical powers. You will tell people, dude, buy this. This will really help you. And the person like, okay, maybe I don't know something that this person knows, right? And the person sounds genuine because you are genuine, and things will happen. And also, this can also happen. Like sometimes, what happened was with me was most of the service in my company I used to do. At that time, even a client used to come, and I was not very pushy selling them because I know, yeah, I'll have to do all the work. But and the person could sense it, right? Okay, there's some hesitation. I don't know why. Because if the person really believes in the product and the person is genuine, he will ask me to do the right thing, right? And one of the thing is people say is like, if my product is so great, why do I need to sell? Why do I need to, like, it word of mouth will help itself by self. It does not happen. I've seen the best people asking for referrals, even the best companies. So tell me this: Apple, Google, Rolex, Amazon, all of the top of the chain companies, like they're the best of the best. On an average, they have a sales team of 8% of their, you know, full task force. Why do they have 8% of their, company wealth or money in salespeople? They are top of the brands. Why do they need salespeople? People cannot, companies cannot escape sales. You need sales. You need sales, right? And then when you have salespeople, they get training also, right? And these people get training as well. I'm assuming, I don't know, but this data, the 8% average, you will see some companies have 12%, some companies have 5%, but you can look this thing up on LinkedIn Insights. So verify that this fact. I looked it up. Now, when you train someone, right, what is the first thing you train them on? Mindset and scripts, things to say. Most of life is words, right? So if I ask people, do you follow scripts? People will say no. I will ask, would you bet if I hear your call recordings of everything, of anything, will I find a pattern? I will find a pattern. Most likely you are already having an objection handling routine. You already have a feature script that you tell to every person. You already have sales strategy, right? You have a pitch that whenever you think that, okay, the prospects interest is going down, you throw that pitch in there, right, to bring their level back up. The question is not do you have scripts or not. You'll have just different versions of them. The question is, how good is their conversion rate? How much do they help you, right? By the way, when you use script, you're putting extra, what do you call, extra burden on your brain is not made for to remembering scripts, right? It's better you have them printed out. I remember there's a book called Getting Things Done, and there's on other courses also, they tell you that one of the biggest causes of stress is unfinished work that you have kept in memory, right? The thing you put in your brain uh, for storage purpose does not work. Why? Because that causes stress. It's a scientific thing. Go read about it, right? They tell you to get a quick capture tool, right? Similarly, have scripts. It helps you, right? It helps you not remember stuff, and you can be awesome when you read the script. You can customize the script, right? Any script you get, try to customize it according to your style, but do the script, right? Now, what I'm going to do is I'm going to give you a couple of scripts. I'm going to give you a couple of antidotes. I've tried to cover a lot of stuff before, but yeah, let's go. Always gain permission. Say something like, "Can I bounce off few thoughts or ideas off you when you're trying to make a suggestion? Don't just go do suggestions, right?" Uh, to see where the suggestion is landed, you can ask the follow-up questions like this. So what part of the concern do you still feel is left unaddressed, right? So you're going in granular, like you want to find every objection, right? That you can find. You will still not find everything. The person, there are few things people don't confess to themselves, so they will not tell the salesperson as well. But you can still, try to dig deep. Send a calendar invite. After you have done the demo, just like, okay, this sounds great. Let's do a call next week. Yeah, they're pumped up at that time, but 1 week of down the line, they have a shitty week. They don't want to talk to anyone. So it's best you said, okay, awesome. Can I send you? I have sent you a calendar invite. Can you please accept it for me? Yes. Okay, sir. Sir, can you get your, sir, I'm going to clear up my calendar. I'm going to leave this thing. I'm going to be there on the call. Can you make sure you're there for me? Right? And get your person involved. Yes, I'll try. Like, here's the yes. Okay. So what things can go wrong? Why this thing could not happen? So that maybe we can plan something out if this thing does not happen. If this thing could not happen because of this, okay, sir, is there a way out? Let the person solve the whole problem. I remember people go on interview, and people who are going on an interview, they ask the other question, what should I ask you? Right? So let them problem solve. You just uncover the problems. Okay, this is I've heard. When asking for some favor, like asking for a senior's number, don't tell me, sir, can you give me that person's number? The person like, no, that was, I don't want you to pester that person, and you tell that person that I helped you pester that person by giving the phone number, right? You can say, sir, how can I get in touch with this person because, and now you should have something good, a reason, a template. Okay, this is because you should get to that person, right? Also, can I get in touch with this person because I'll directly connect them to my VP, and they can talk things out, whatever the stuff is, right? Okay, and discovery does not stop. Go read this thing, but this guy says discovery does not stop. Discovery is throughout the sales process. It's after you sell stuff. After you sell, okay, here's the thing. Salespeople and marketing people both work on prospects. They don't talk to clients. After the client is converted, they don't talk to them much. After the person has bought now, he will tell you the, the thoughts he had, the objections he had that he never told you during the sales process. He will tell you the core stuff, and that you can use throughout, that will help you get uh, knowledge power. Because when you will say, sir, do you have this objection? Because some other client had this objection, the person like, yeah. Why did that person, and that, then when you're telling this thing to the person on the other line, the person like, how did you know I have this objection? Okay, why did that person buy? Oh, that person bought even because of the objections. Can you connect me with that person? Right? Half of your sale is done. Try doing this. Don't get my word. Don't do anything in the script. Try just doing this. Just doing this. Record your calls, right? And try listening to them for 7 days. Just 7 days. Just 7 days. With a pen and a paper. Don't do it with a laptop. Just write stuff. Just do it for 7 days. Just do it. Yeah. Ask questions. Do not share your statements. So let me follow up with you tomorrow. But, ask him, sir, okay, should I follow up with you tomorrow? Should I follow up with you next month? Should I follow up with you 3 months after? Okay, you don't want me to follow up next month. What's the issue, sir? Maybe you messed up something in the demo. It does not matter if you follow up 1 month later because you messed something up. You have left a stone unturned, right? Okay, once they agree to a problem, like, let's say they agree to the problem. Every time, you can call, sir, how are you managing that issue? Oh, do you know if your emails are getting opened? How are you managing if your emails are getting ignored? Every time you go push on that pain, remind that person, right? So that that person does something about that thing. Even with your company, it's something else, but it helps solve the problem of another human being, right? Write it in all follow-ups, right? Send it in email, send it everywhere, right? But that's the problem they agreed to, right? And now you know which thing to tell them, which thing to go after, which thing to tell their decision makers. So how, expand their problem. So one of the things I do is, when companies say we are not getting leads, there are 1,000 reasons you're not getting leads. Your data could be wrong. If your data is if your data is right, you're not reaching them out to them. You're not reaching enough of these people. There are multiple things. So what I sometimes do is I even expand on their problem. Right? I tell them, "Sir, are you facing these problems as well?" Of course, yes, I'm facing these problems as well. Because this problem is the root cause of the symptom you're facing. Then the person like, okay, this person knows about the problem more than me. He knows about my problem more than me. He'll probably have the solution, right? When you're using customer stories, don't say, okay, sir, we can take your ROI from 5x to 10x, right? Say, sir, we took a ROI of this person. Use a story. People don't question stories. Story of, sir, we took this company's ROI from 5x to 10x. Same industry, same geography as you. You're like, okay, they did it. Don't claim, show it, right? Otherwise, people will question. I don't believe in these numbers. I don't think these numbers will work. These are just assumptions, right? Show them the numbers as case studies. If they have a question, for example, what question is, I don't like, for example, sir, I don't think your product is secure. You don't say why. Why do you think, sir, our product is not secure? Sir, can you help me understand what's causing that concern? Where did that concern? How did you come about that concern? So that he's telling you a story rather than he's don't feel it's a pointing at you, right? He also does not want to point at your stuff. He does not also want to have uncomfortable conversation. Okay, okay. I should have put the slide above, but if a demo is leading to a free trial, right? Make sure they use the trial. Otherwise, they know it's gonna be shelfware. If the trial is not used, all of the things will fail because the product did not help solve their problem because they did not use it, right? So make sure you set up the free trial, make sure you help them use the free trial. When they start to see the benefit, then you go for, sir, should we turn it into a contract? I think, sir, here's the usage of your people using the stuff, or here's the results that you're getting. Should we go ahead, right? Okay, I've seen this. So even when you talk 5% off topic, sometimes what happens is we are in our head and the prospect is in their head, right? And we both are sometimes showing our knowledge off. We both are. The person is asking something, right? And we are stuck in something else. And when we don't answer their concern and we actually don't listen and we actually don't understand, what happens is you start talking off topic. The client is like, this person does not understand me. Let me take back the control. Let me see what information I can get out of this person, right? Because this person does not understand me. We are not at the same level. Don't just listen to everything. Don't talk anything off topic. Summarize their question back to you. Sir, is your question exactly this? The person is like, no. My question is, this is my question. Okay, this is your question. This is my question. So this is the answer. Okay, the person like, okay, now this person understands me and he has responded, not reacted to my problem. People do this, you do this, never cut a prospect sentence short. Even though you have heard that sentence 1,000 times, for that person, he's only telling that sentence first time to you, right? Don't cut the sentence, don't jump to the answer. Even if you have written all the answers of the objections, listen to the question. In fact, go ask you what caused that question, right? Play the game. Okay, always focus on from which place they're coming. So for example, if you're saying what their current situation is, show them how unsustainable that situation is. So expand their problem. Okay, so the thing that you are doing now is not very sustainable because XYZ reasons. Because of these are the XYZ market condition. I'm not saying this. Google is saying this. I'm not saying this. This data is suggesting. I'm not saying this. We have seen, this is the prospect that we saw is saying this, right? and the person has to move. He might not move with you, but at least he will move, right? Most people don't do anything, right? Most people don't do anything because they never feel the pain at which they are. They don't see, okay, they don't see the future if this keeps staying in this problem, right? And how much loss they will get if they stay in this problem, right? Show them that this is the loss you will incur if you stay in this problem for 1 year long. If they agree to the problem, believe me, your thing will move much faster. Information is both leverage for the salesperson and the client. For salesperson, you should know the client's situation, and he will try to withhold that information. The salesperson try to usually withhold the pricing information and information that what the product has, like, right? Last, if you let's say if you called a person, most of people will do that. If you call a person and you hear background noises like they are on the road, ask them, sir, is it a bad time? Don't say, okay, I finally found that person, let me talk. You're like, sir, is it a bad time? Yes, sir. Can you give me a time where you will pick the call? I want to talk to you. It's something important, right? But it's not urgent, it's important. And now this person will know, okay, you respect their time, their environment, so he will probably respect yours. I've seen, heard call recordings. You can clearly hear this person is sitting in the middle of somewhere, and our salesperson is like plowing through because our salesperson is also concerned because he has called 100 people, only 4 have picked. Right? The 4% connect rate. So common things, right? It's a long presentation. Go back through it again. You will because what happens is when you're listening to a video, your own train of thought starts and your ear shuts down. And it took me a couple of days to compile this presentation and go through the content material. Anyway, all the best. Believe in your product. Be confident. Ask better questions. Understand the prospect better. Give a better demo. Make the trial work, and you will have the sale. Cool. Bye bye. All the best.